Warren Buffett said there's one easy way to increase your worth by at least 50% if you focus on learning to write and speak clearly. Today, we'll talk about how to power up your vocabulary. You'll learn 5 weak words to remove if you want to strengthen your messages so that you're sharpening your word power for all situations. If you want to stand out in work conversations and job interviews so that your listeners give you a chance and take your ideas on board, you'll want to ensure you've got the best words up your sleeve. Every time we share a message, written or spoken, our listener needs to use energy to tune into it, and the weaker your words are, the more effort, time, and brain power it will take your conversation partner to buy into your ideas. When we listen to people talking, our brains are burning energy. Since, in effect, your conversation partner is burning calories to listen to you, doesn't it make sense to give them the words that conserve their energy and keep them inspired? Some words and phrases will hijack your chance to create an engaging and compelling message. It's all about flexing your vocabulary, and you want to stretch the limits and start incorporating new words that catch attention and keep your listener tuned in. Before we get into it, I want to let you know that I share loads of tips and resources to power up your professional speaking over on my main platform at sarahgeiger.com. And I've also prepped a blog post with more actionable tips and resources, which you can find to expand your vocabulary in the comments below. So make sure you check that out once you've watched this episode. Today, we'll uncover 5 words that you should delete from your speaking. These words reduce your persuasive impact. Now, the tips that I'm sharing will apply as much to speaking as to writing, so let's get into it with the first word we need to remove. Really. Using the word really constantly in your speaking and writing can signal that your vocabulary is weak. We use the word really to add emphasis, but it's a lazy way to emphasize a topic. Instead of using the word really, you want to focus on finding a specific term that captures your message precisely. Let's look at 3 sentences that we can improve when we remove the word really. Our first example, I really want to improve my leadership skills. If we remove really, we can power up this sentence with something like, I'm compelled to improve my leadership skills. Sentence number 2, I really love chocolate. Why not amplify that with a phrase like, I adore chocolate. Take a listen to the next one. You did a really good job with that project brief versus you did an impeccable job with that project brief. Our next word is like. Using the word like is nearly always redundant. And if you notice that your sentences are full of the filler like, as in the following example, it's time to delete this word. Take a listen to this example. I'm like frustrated about this. That's a sign you need to remove like. Neutral and repetitive words reduce your message relevance, and one way to empower your message is to eradicate overuse of the word like. Word number 3 is very. Very is another telltale sign that your vocabulary needs more power. Very is also a word used for emphasis, but it doesn't cut it if you want standout communication, and sticking to the word very means you're missing out on crafting exemplary conversations. Let's look at 3 sentences we can improve once we remove the word very. Take a listen to this. He's very annoying. Let's upgrade it. He's obnoxious. The design is very elegant. Let's upgrade it. The design is refined. Our service is very precise. Why not say our service is meticulous? We don't have time for wasted words when they can change our career potential. Using more complex words will also make your message more charismatic. And words like sort of, just, kind of, the thing is, to be honest, and even I think reduce your persuasive impact. Flex your vocabulary and you'll harvest increased influence. You'll also increase your emotional agility if you can be more precise when describing emotions with your vocabulary. This is why I've created a process that connects the complex research around vocabulary growth with simple daily activities you can do, no matter how busy you are, to get concrete results in your speaking and vocabulary. Check out the Trello Vocabulary Wonderboard, a complete vocabulary workshop, and the info is linked below. You can finally put the words buried deep in your brain to work if you undertake this on-demand workshop that will train you to amplify your vocabulary to sound like an industry leader. Okay, let's get into our 4th word to delete. Our next phrase is this is. When we start a sentence with "this is," we lose the opportunity to share the crux of our message. When we use "this" at the start of a sentence, we commence our topic with a very unclear reference. Take a listen to the following phrase. This is a problem that is affecting team KPIs. They need more training. Notice how unspecific the sentence is. We can cut to the chase faster if we remove "this" and replace it with a sharper detail. Take a listen to the upgrade. Insufficient sales skills are affecting team KPIs. They need more training. Now remember, the more neutral words you use, the less relevant your message will be. When you specify exactly what or who this is, your delivery will focus on the topic faster, making the discussion clearer and more impactful for your listeners. Phrase number 5 to remove is "I think." "I think" is another tired phrase, and you can empower your message by replacing "I think" with words that better shape your expertise when sharing information. Let's look at how 3 sentences improve when we replace "I think" with something better. Example number 1. I think we can enhance the customer experience to build positive word of mouth. Let's upgrade it. I propose we enhance customer experience to build positive word of mouth. Take a listen to this one. I think Peter could be nominated as a strong candidate for the new leadership position. Let's upgrade it. I nominate Peter as a strong candidate for the new leadership position. And our last example. I think the core goal should be building staff retention to protect our growth. Let's upgrade it. If we focus on staff retention strategies, we can protect our growth. Remember, effective communication at work is all about overcoming barriers to your impact, and a boring and repetitive vocabulary can be one of them. You can sound like an industry leader at work by working on your vocabulary for just 5 minutes a day. All it takes is using a science-backed system to strengthen memory networks for new words that gets you actually using them. A strong speaking vocabulary isn't determined by our academic qualifications. I've worked with clients who didn't finish high school and have seen outcomes that would give a top CEO a run for their dictionary. And even I can vouch that multiple degrees, including academic studies in English literature and speech pathology, didn't enable me to access the best words I need to position my message as an industry leader. If you're mumbling and stumbling through conversations, presentations, or even emails, you need a structured system to build up your word retrieval skill. Looking to grow your vocabulary to deliver standout messages, feel more confident expressing yourself, and cull unnecessary fillers? My vocabulary workshop will help you. Check the details on how to enroll in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and click like. I hope you found the episode helpful. Do you have questions? Use the comments section below. I read every comment and can't wait to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching, and ciao for now.